What does that sound, you ask?
Welcome to the Rec Show podcast, a show dedicated to beatmakers around the world. Kick back, relax with the host, Gldnmnd.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
I'd like to teach you my secret technique.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Yo, we starting this off right, man. Volume 33 by Fucci. You know what I mean? He got his new album that came out, man. It's called Volume 33. The name of this track is called He Who Remains, featuring Verse, Osmo, and Signs Part 2, featuring Free the Zodiac. I need y'all to tap into this, man. This showing is came out on March 3rd, man, so y'all support this joint. Alright, enjoy. We'll be back. Yeah. Count your blessings, not your problems, bro.
Would you like some more?
No. Yes. Now I am the master.
Concentrate your power in your fingers.
I know those are the kind of moves you'll learn. No matter how many of these matches you're in. You have been well trained, my young apprentice. They will be no match for you.
What's up, everybody? Gldnmnd here for another episode of the Rec Show podcast, man. We are on episode number 92. All right, we just released Beat Versations with Tatsumaki. All right, he's talking about his new album, Guru, that just came out. I think it was Wednesday our time, but just in time for Bandcamp Friday. And then, so I need y'all to go ahead and check that out, man. We go deep diving into the creation process with Tatsumaki, Planet Namekian, Beatsmith. And then 2 days before that, I released the episode with the one and only Art Project Recordings, Skyscraper, man. So I need y'all to go check that out, man. That one's another dope one. And then 2 days before that, I released the episode with Jay Phil from howtomakeveriesickbeats.com. So I need y'all to go check that out as well, man. Yo, the catalog is getting bigger and better, man. And yo, just stay patient, man. I'm trying to link with as many beat makers and music producers, composers as possible. So I hope y'all enjoying the show, man. If you do, go ahead and support, man. Click the support the show link in the description of the show, or you can go to the link tree and do it that way. But today, we coming back from playing in the Namekian and we going to Indiana. All right, we going to Indiana, man. Somebody who I've been following for a year and a half. He's been doing his thing, you know what I mean? Boom bap. He's showing y'all how to make beats. He got his own YouTube channel. He got his Twitch channel popping. He got his Instagram definitely popping. So if you haven't tapped in to his Instagram, after you listen to this episode, man, I need y'all to go follow him on Instagram, man. It's nothing but good beats, dope beats, but then also it's a little bit of humor, but also some facts into it as well, man. So you know what I mean? So that's how we rolling, man. We got a music producer, man. He's a content creator, man. He does it all, man. And he just linked with Chill Cousin, man. So yo, we definitely going to talk about that in this episode. I want y'all to meet the one and only J Ideas. What's going on, fam? How you feeling, yo?
What's going on? I'm feeling great. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. It's an honor to have you on, man. Long time coming. You know what I mean? Some things was shaky this week, but our head was on a swivel. We maneuvered, got it popping. So
gotta stay flexible.
You know what I'm saying? So yo, man, listen. I only gave a little snippet of J Idea. But for the beat heads that don't know who you are, after they listen to this, they're gonna slap themselves and get on the train. You know what I mean? So just go ahead and let them know like who you are, you know, what your your ats and your socials are, and then you know how you even came up with the name J Ideas and any affiliations you might be a part of as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm J Ideas. I'm from Pecan, Indiana. You've never heard of it. It's a small town. If you drive through it, you're gonna miss it because I mean it's like a one stop sign town. I'm the best producer in this town because I'm the only one. But yeah, I just like creating, man. So I mean, I try to do a whole bunch of different things. Making beats, obviously, making videos is a really good time. I love making those. And yeah, how I came up with my name is kind of real stupid. It was actually the name of a journalism school at college up north in Indiana, Ball State. And I found it on a bracelet one day. And I thought I was struggling just coming up with a name when I was in high school, because that's when I first started making beats. And I just couldn't think of a name. Everything I was coming up with was just real stupid. But yeah, I found that and it kind of just fit. And this whole time I've been hoping that I wouldn't be sued. And luckily I'm just not big enough to get sued for it. So, I mean, my goal is just to overtake that school and take the name from them.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
so and sue them.
You're right. He said, yo, I just thought I'd be bigger. Hey, you getting bigger and better, man. So, yo, like, I was like, J Ideas, like, yo, that's a dope ass name. And then here you come up with it. You just came up with it off a whim. I'm like, oh, okay. So, but yo, that's dope, man. So, how long have you been creating beats, man? How long have you been creating music?
Man, probably about. I first downloaded a cracked version of FL Studio in like 2009, I guess, and I was real terrible for about 5 or 6 years. Like I was awful.
That's everybody. Okay.
I don't know if everybody was as awful as I was for as long as I was. So usually there's a little bit of progress there, but it took me forever to like get it. So I've been making beats seriously for probably about 10 years now. Like I really buckled down and learned how to do it in my own method to where it actually sounded like something was actually coming out of the machine. So yeah, I'd say about 10 years.
10 years, man. 10 years. That's a lot of, you know what I mean, growth, a lot of growing, a lot of learning. You know what I mean? So like who's like, do you have a mentor in beats? Like, do you have somebody you connect with that also makes beats and you could pick their brain and stuff like that?
Yeah. I mean, nowadays, especially my guy Lo Fidel down in Lexington, Kentucky. Everybody that I did stuff with Vintage Wave from, Shy, Axelroli, Doughboy, all those guys. I mean, nowadays it's not so much a mentor type deal. It's just I know because I come from a place where there's really not anybody that does anything like this. I had to learn how to study beats and break them down and figure out a process that works for me. So if I want to like not imitate, but I guess emulate something or a process that a producer I look up to does, I just kind of break stuff down into its simplest parts and figure out a process in my own way to make something happen. You know what I mean?
I got you.
So, but actually learning the program itself, like I said, I started out on FL Studio, and I went to college with Aaron Frazier from Duran Jones and the Indications. He's their drummer. They're a pretty big soul band, and check them out if you haven't already. Like they're sick. But he actually showed me how to like chop on transients and show me how to like chop stuff up, because he made beats before like he got involved with all that. And yeah, so he showed me how to do stuff. The dude I got the CD from with the program on it originally from Pirate Bay, he showed me a little bit how to do stuff. Shout out to Ryan Lee. So I mean, it was a whole process. So yeah, definitely had help.
Wow, man! Somebody actually showing you how to chop and chop philosophies. And do you still use that same chop philosophy, or have you altered it to where it's yours now?
I feel like I have. I mean, after 10 years, especially, I guess. I mean, it's definitely my own way to do it now. And really, anytime anybody asks me this, like when they ask me, like, how do you make a beat? My answer is never really good, because I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just kind of playing around, and I'm just picking out different parts that sound good, and like lay some drums down and mess with the sample until it sounds like something. Like I'm not trying to take it. It's not surgery. You know what I mean? It is, but it's not. Like we're at the end of the day, like we're having fun when we're making music, and I think the best approach is just have fun with it and let it come as it does.
Got you. Yeah, man. Like, for some strange reason, like we when I say we, I mean us mutants, man. Like we try and make the process harder than it should be. So, that's good you said that, man. As a reminder, internets, man, keep having fun with the process, yo. That's a jewel. You're already dropping jewels already, yo. We only like 3 minutes in, yo. So okay, I gotta ask, my standard questions, man. But so how did you even get into the process of making beats and getting the cracked FL Studio and stuff like that? Like, how'd that come about?
I mean, I fell in love with hip hop, honestly. I mean, and I wanted to do it. Like I started writing out whack rhymes in a notepad, and they were terrible. So I was like, all right, I can't do this. Like I was cognizant enough to know that, okay, this is garbage, and I have nothing to say. So yeah, I wanted to make music, and I've always wanted to make music. I've like tried to play guitar. I live in a real like country area. So like everything around here is like you play country, you play rock and roll and stuff like that. But I never really wanted to play that. So that was about the time, 2009 was about the time we got internet around here. So I mean, that's not seriously, but about the time that I did.
Right. So
I mean, just kind of searching around on MySpace, seeing people like chop up beats on YouTube and everything like that. I would watch videos from what's his name? My bad.
No, you good. Because it's probably somebody I know or I need
Oh
to
yeah,
know.
it is. It's like there was old Kanye videos on there. Gosh, what was his name? Booney? Do you remember Booney?
Oh, Booney Mayfield?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would watch him on his MPC.
Yeah.
Jaisu, I would watch Jaisu on his MPC, and I was like, man, I want to do that. So, but then I looked up how much MPCs were. I was like, I gotta figure out a way to do that at a much cheaper rate.
Right.
So I got searching around, and that's where I found Ninth Wonder, because Ninth Wonder was using
FL.
FL at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, just kind of torn at the software and started messing around on it.
Wow. Shout out to all my FL gang, yo. I know y'all still out there. It's a lot of people still use FL.
Yeah.
They on like, what's that? Like
22 or something like
22
that. It's
or
crazy.
something like that. That's crazy, man. But yo, obviously people like it. They like the interface. They like the way that you can, manipulate sounds and do whatever you need to do in order to make music. So, hey, shout out to FL gang, yo. But okay, so are you trained on like any instruments or anything like that? Or you just
I was in
self-taught?
I'm not even self-taught, honestly. My dad played guitar. I can play like 2 chords. I was in like a guitar club for a while in 7th grade and didn't really learn anything. I played bass because it was easy. I could just be on the lower string and just keep in tune and everything with everybody, but I wasn't really playing.
Right.
So no, I guess the short answer is no.
Okay. So, I mean, because I asked that is the way when I listen to your music and I hear you chop the samples and stuff like that, like your ear, you just got an ear for it. Yeah, like you got an ear for the bass lines, you got an ear for, the sample chops. Everything is always in order, man. It sounds good. So that's why I asked that question, man. So
Yeah.
man.
I mean, there's some basic theory there. I mean, I'm not just kind of playing everything blind by any means, but as far as like being classically trained, not really. I mean, it's just make sure it doesn't sound like it sucks. Basically, my whole goal.
That's the best goal to have, yo. Make sure it don't suck. Yo, hey, listen, man. You got it, yo. So, yo, whatever you doing, keep doing it, man. You definitely on some stuff, man. I'm listening to your music. I'm gonna talk about some albums that you have out as well, man. But I remember you saying your dad played guitar. Mm-hmm. So like, and you growing up in a small town. What's this town called again?
Pecan,
man. Pecan, Indiana, right? So shout out to Pecan, Indiana. If anybody from Pecan, Indiana ever hears this, shout out to y'all, yo. So I do want to ask, like, who like when you were growing up, what was that like? Like what were y'all listening to? Like what was the soundtrack to your childhood like?
Well, I mean, my dad was like a real music head. So, I mean, I think that's where my love of like collecting records and listening to a lot of different things came from. He grew up in the 60s. So, I mean, he was really big into folk music. Mm-hmm. So that's why he played guitar, because he was playing like Bob Dylan stuff and John Prine and everything like that. But I mean, we always had different soul records playing on the stereo all the time. Country, old country, rock, blues. It really didn't matter. I mean, it was just a lot. So I mean, kind of grew up listening to everything. So
yeah. That's good. That's good, man. You got a world of information, a world of sound influence as you were growing up, man. So do you talk to your dad about music and the way you chop samples and stuff like that? What's he say about your music? Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, my dad passed away last year.
Sorry,
so it was a big loss for me, because we did talk about music. I mean, we talked about music and we talked about Indiana basketball. I mean, that was our thing that we talked about. So, yeah, I mean, at first he didn't really get it, because I mean, it's you're taking up these already completed, a lot of the time, really great pieces of music, and you're chopping them up into smaller parts and making something else. So, I mean, it was just kind of a different worldview for him, I guess. And, but I think he got to the point where he enjoyed what I was doing. He wasn't like listening to it heavy or anything like that. But I mean, there was definitely an appreciation there. So
I got you, man. Yo, I mean, my condolences for your loss, man. Like, I
appreciate it, man.
Yo, so, but the simple fact that your dad knew that you're going in the direction of music, that probably was a good thing for him. You know, he's like, yo, all right, he's listening to music. Obviously, you in your childhood, like you were listening to the music. It influenced the way you thought about music, and you were listening to all these different types of music as well, man. So I'm pretty sure that made him proud. And then the genres that you were listening to, like all these different types of genres, country, soul, folk. What else were you listening to?
I mean, really everything. He was really into blues. Like, one of my favorite albums is Muddy Waters' Woodstock live album. Like, we would play that all the time. He listened to a lot of bluegrass too. So, I mean, and that's a lot of the influence around this region. I mean, Kentucky's like 20 minutes away. So, I mean, we got that going for us here. I mean, just a lot of everything, man.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Do you when you're searching for samples, are you searching for like different genres and like genres from overseas, or are you staying in just, you know, like country, soul, like that type of area, those type of genres?
I don't really like stay within a specific genre. Like, when I go to a record store, I'm really just looking by the cover. Okay. Like, if the cover's like kind of trippy or goofy looking or something like that, and really, I mean, if it's in the dollar bin and I don't have it already, I'm pretty well gonna grab it. Right. So, I mean, because my feeling is like there's got to be something on every record, and I used to like really take it as a challenge to be like, okay, I'm gonna try to find just the worst song I can and try to make it into something. I don't really do that anymore because it's kind of hard to do that with most things. And yeah, so I mean, I don't really pick a specific genre or anything like that when I go sample. My bad. I do not talk this much during the day. So
yeah. Listen, I'm not really. I only talk this much during the podcast, yo. I don't be talking that much. Besides that, so but I keep my water right here, yo.
I should have prepared. I knew that was gonna happen.
It's good. It's all good, man. I can edit that, yo. Don't worry about it, yo. Okay, so that's the moment that so family members, the genres that you're listening to, when you started creating beats, right? When you started creating music, when did you know it was time to like, all right, I can let people hear my beats, hear my music? And what was that?
Immediately.
Like? Immediately, yeah.
I did it immediately when everything was terrible.
Yeah.
And people were real nice about it too. So, I mean, I appreciate that from them. But I mean, yeah, I didn't really have reservations about sharing my stuff at all. So, I mean, looking back and listening to some of the stuff I was putting out, I probably should have been a little bit more discretionary, but yeah, I didn't. I just released stuff. Kind of like I release stuff now and just put it out.
Yeah, so. that's a good thing, man. That's a good, like, instead of being scared of what somebody else was gonna say, like, you just like, you know, no inhibitions, man. Just put it out there and see what happens, yo. That's good. That's another jewel, man. So all the, you know what I mean, all my mutants out there, yo, if you got beats just sitting there, man, put them out, man. They not doing nobody good. You probably got some bangers on the hard drive and they just sitting there collecting dust. Like, go back, finish them off, like polish them up, you know what I mean? Because if you made a beat 5 years ago, I'm pretty sure you learned some new things that you can put on it now that you've learned some new things and new tools and skills and stuff like that to clean them up and make them bangers, man. So, just put it out, man.
And even if like not a lot of people listen to it, if you like it, I mean, that's enough. Like everything that I was putting out back then that wasn't very good, I liked it whenever I put it out. And that's the reason why I put it out. So, I mean, one person is enough to enjoy it. So,
right. And you weren't thinking about, what anybody else said. I liked it. I'm going to put it out. If y'all like it, y'all like it. If y'all don't, y'all don't.
No, I mean, at the time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this out. I'm gonna get rich. What I was thinking, but that didn't happen. But
yeah. I mean, I'm pretty
but
sure.
That was my mind state at the time. So I've grown and matured since then.
Right. So. Yeah, because now you had that mindset, but now you have a creative mindset, but then you also have a business mindset too, because you have your own beat store on your website as well. So, we're gonna talk about that, where people can buy beats. So, MCs, if you out there, I don't want to say rappers, man, because I don't even like that term. I need MCs to come on and chop and just wreck. You know what I mean? J Ideas beats, man. So, I do have to ask this, man. Like, and if you're able to, it might be one, it might be two, it might be three, but can you name that one beat that you heard that just blew your mind? You know what I mean? And just like that's the greatest of all time. Yeah,
I got two that hit me like that immediately. One is You Don't Know, that Jay-Z off of Blueprint. The other one is the original before streaming, before they had to like change the sample up, was The Red by Gldnmnd.
I haven't heard that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a gospel sample on there, and it's so fire.
Oh man. So what is it about those two? Because those are two completely different like worlds. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z, but then you got Madlib, right? So like, what is it about those two tracks that stand out to you?
They just go hard. I think is the bottom line. I mean, I don't know if there's like a specific thing. It was just one of those. It just hit me as like, okay, these are the beats that I want to strive to make.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't anything like tangible. It was more of like a you can just feel it in your gut.
That feeling
type thing.
That feeling. Yeah. Okay. Is that something that you go for? Like you go for the feeling, or do you go for like the physical response, like somebody nodding their head, somebody tapping their feet, something like that?
I mean, I really don't try to think about it. I mean, each beat is different, and I think it's better to just let stuff happen organically and let stuff be as it is.
Got you. I got you. Yo, okay. Speaking of letting stuff happen organically, I'm pretty sure you went through your whole and within the last 10 plus years of creating music, right? Creating these beats. I got fellow mutants that are going through their own music journey right now. And I wanted to ask this. I always ask this for my guests, man. Is there something that you can recommend, that J Ideas can recommend, that they, must watch, must listen to, must read, in order to just help them, or you know what I mean, add some more knowledge into their toolbox?
I watch a lot of footage of people in the studio, like legends in the studio. There's a whole I don't know if it was like a documentary or not, but there's a whole video series on YouTube with Dilla's in the studio and people are talking with Dilla. He's like trying to kind of explaining his process. I watch that Madlib in Brazil video set all the time. Jay-Z's movie for the Blackout,
Fade to Black,
or Fade to Black.
I got you.
Yeah, I used to watch that all the time. So I don't know. I mean, I guess just dive deeper into the stuff you like, I guess, because I mean, there's a wealth of resources online anymore, and I also think it's important too to like not get bogged down by a lot of that stuff, because I think there's like a lot of paralysis by analysis that can happen as well.
Okay.
So I mean, it's okay to like goof off, I guess,
right,
for lack of a better term.
Gotcha. Yeah. Paralysis by analysis, man. That's another jewel, man, because that's what kept me from creating, is me just wanting to watch videos, trying to learn. And that took, I mean, I didn't start when I first started watching videos of how to make beats. And that was like a year and a half in between that. So, man, that's a dope jewel you just dropped, man.
And honestly, I mean, there's obviously like certain tutorials and stuff is like, okay, how do I sidechain? How do I get my record player into my computer type stuff? But like how to make beats, I think really watching a couple videos, I mean, I think the process for everybody is going to be generally the same. I mean, it's just like your sound and your influence that you put in it is what makes it unique. So you're not going to make, I mean, I can try as much as I want to make a beat like Madlib, but it's never going to be. So it's going to be me. So.
Right. Yeah. And it shouldn't sound, I mean, at first, when we first started making beats, man, we start by emulation, right? So we try and imitate whoever we think is at the, our Mount Rushmore of beat makers and stuff like that. But then after a little while, you got to be like, yo, what is my beat going to sound like? What does my music sound like? So that's another jewel, man. Emulation, but then also put your own spin on it, man. That's what you do. That's what every single one of my guests do, is they create like these different worlds somebody can have the same sample, but it will not sound the same, just because the way y'all process the music and the way y'all make y'all chops, the way y'all make y'all drums hit, the bass lines, like any other instruments that y'all have in it, it's never going to sound the same, man. So that's a good one to go into this next one with, man. So if anybody in internets, man, J Ideas has his own Twitch and his own YouTube channel. All right. So if you are trying to make music, or just, trying to add some things to your own toolbox, check out his YouTube, man. I'm gonna link the description of I'm gonna link it in the description of the show. But you're using a Machine Studio, right? Machine Studio. Is there any other like DAWs or any other like analog equipment or anything like that you use to create your beats?
No, not really. I mean, I do pretty much everything in Machine. I record vocals in Pro Tools, I guess. Whenever like an MC comes in here to record, but yeah, from there I'll take those vocal stems and I'll put them back into Machine because I mean it's just easier for me to work on. And I guess I mess with Koala a little bit too with my phone, but I'm not on there heavy enough to say I'm a Koala user by any means. But yeah, Machine's my weapon of choice for sure.
What was it about Native Instruments Machine, man, that drew you to it? Because I'm a Machine user as well. So, like, what was it for you that drew you to that software and group, that Beat Machine?
I think I got the first Machine back when they first came out, and I think the coolest part of it for me, because I always wanted like an MPC and something tangible that I could touch. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was kind of just the perfect blend between those two worlds. So I got all caught up in the marketing, watching No ID make Death of Autotune on it. Like that was Native Instruments like big marketing push for it. So I was real hyped for that. So yeah, as soon as I saved up the money, I got it, and I haven't upgraded from the studio because I think this is like the perfect machine that they've made, the perfect piece of hardware. Because I love the jog wheel on it, but yeah, I just went Machine and never went back.
Got you. I got you. I mean, so what you have right now, that's like right now you have a system, right? You have a system to where it works. Why not upgrade to like the newest? What they got? Machine.
It's like the
MK3 or Machine Plus or something like that.
Yeah.
So
those look really cool too. I would like to get a Machine Plus just to like be able to take it everywhere, but they're like how much sample time and everything, not sample time, but like the gigs in it, like the storage space isn't very big on them.
Right.
So that's been a limitation, and they're kind of expensive for what they are. So I mean, to get that portability, you could get like a SP404 or Koala. I have a $5 app on my phone if I want to make beats somewhere. So I mean, it's like, yeah, I don't know, just a point of diminishing returns, I guess.
Right.
So, but yeah, I'm comfortable on this machine, and I'll use it until it breaks, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
yo, man, that's one of the things I've been noticing too, man. It's like, well, J Phil actually said it, man. Was it two episodes ago, maybe three episodes ago? He was like, yo, not trying not to get caught up in gear acquisition syndrome, right? So, and I was like, yo, I seen it on the video when he said it too, and I was like, yeah, you're right, man. You know, we don't always need to have the newest stuff in order to create the best, because the simple fact right now, you got people looking up MPC 1000s, MPC 2000s, you know, the emus and stuff like that are costing $4 or $5, you know, a couple $1,000 just to get it to sound like that. But there's software that you can buy to get it to where it sounds however you want it to sound. So
yeah,
you know,
and the thing is, like, people that listen to your music don't care what you made it on.
right?
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you talk to somebody, it's like, oh, did they make that on a MPC or Machine, or what is it? And they're like, I don't know what any of that is.
Right.
So I just think it sounds good.
Right.
So I mean, I think that's because I mean, I definitely get where people coming from about, because getting stuff is cool. Like, I have an issue with buying camera lenses. Like, I'll buy like 3 more camera lenses before I actually sit down. I was like, okay, I can get this shot with 5 of these that I already have. I don't need this vintage lens that I found at a yard sale. I can just leave it. And yeah, so I mean, getting your process down, I think, is more important than the gear. So
got you, man. The gear, gas, yo, eliminate the gas, yo. Eliminate gear acquisition syndrome, man. And just work with what you got already and then master that. Like we have a issue with trying to master, like, I know for you pretty much have mastered, well, close to it, mastered the Machine Studio. I'm close to mastering the Machine MK3, but I know I ain't nowhere near close to getting it, like actually reading the 300 and something page manual that I printed out.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's
I mean, I know the stuff that I like to do, but I'm always learning stuff about the machine that I didn't know about. Like, to make an audio loop, I had no idea that you could just press a button on the screen and it'll bounce it all down and you can move it to a pad. Like, I was always going through recording everything internally, putting it on a different pad and just going a long way about it. But yeah, that's the thing too. I mean, all these pieces of gear essentially do the same thing, and they all have a million ways to do one thing within that same thing that they're all doing. So, I mean, just pick something that you like and just make beats all the time.
All the time, yo, man. That's a good way to segue to some of the albums, man. I definitely wanted to talk about today, man. I wanted to talk about this No Limits, right? No Limits just came out with you and Chill Cousin, right? That's definitely one of the albums that I wanted to talk about. But then I wanted to talk about the album I Can't Tell You What Time It Is, but I can tell you what time it is, right? Yeah. Which is a dope title. Like, like, yo, that's a dope title, man. It just cracked me up, man. And then I wanted to talk about, like, because your discography is, yo, man, like, I think you might have like close to maybe 30 projects on Bandcamp alone, close to.
Like full albums, I think I have 12, but there's a bunch of singles on there. At one point in time, I was just releasing singles like every 2 days, something like that. So a lot of those in there are just minute demo type of things.
I got you.
So No Limits just came out. It's a new single. Chill Cousin is an MC from Lexington, Kentucky. Super dope. Got bars, crazy bars. We dropped a video for it as well. Really proud of it.
Yo, man, like I'm listening to the beat, right? Because that's what I go to first all the time. I go to the beat first. The sample, immaculate, right? The way you just did your thing on there. And then I'm listening to his words, man. Like, you know how many quotables he has in this joint?
Yeah. He's in the pocket too, man. Like, he can rap.
Man, he can rap. Like, listen, man, I'm listening. What'd he say? He said, when I had pennies, you wasn't giving me pennies, and when I needed pennies, you wasn't. Like, I said, yo.
The lyrics are on Bandcamp. Go through and read them all. I mean, there's like crazy metaphors and like it's bars.
Yo, man. And well, by the time this airs, man, Bandcamp Friday will be over, but still go support this track, man. This joint is amazing, man. And what'd he say? He said, let me look at the lyrics, man. He said, pennies. Oh yeah, remember me when I was giving pennies. Remember you when you was getting pennies and you didn't give me, and I didn't envy because it isn't stingy. Trying to get the Benjis. I said, oh, yo, man. Yo, that's a new guy I gotta look out for, man. Chill, man. So how did you wind up linking with this guy, man? Very talented too.
Yeah. I mean, I've worked with a lot of Lexington MCs and Louisville MCs. My guy, Real the Poet, Indigo Bones, See who else? Shiesty Christ down there. Shout out to Fred C. Shout out to Hendo. I mean, Louisville and Lexington are loaded with talent. Like it's crazy. I mean, Jack Harlow blew up out of there. But there's more than just him there. So I mean, I think it would be good for people to like check out how big the talent pool there is. Like it's crazy. So but I linked up with Chill just through not networking, because that sounds too professional, but I mean just like hanging out at shows and everything. I mean, it just kind of happened organically. We got talking on like Facebook and wanted to do some work, and yeah, I just started sending him music and he sent him back, and we just linked up and shot a video and got more on the way. So,
yo, who shot the video?
I did.
Man, yo, the way you shot this video, man, at the different locations, yo, like the lighting. Oh, yo, man, I look at everything, man. That's just the way I do, man. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, this shit is like, man, it's professional grade camera.
Oh, thanks,
work,
man.
Like for real, yo. So, like, how did you go into the idea of like where to shoot and all that type of stuff?
Well, we had a few different ideas that actually ended up working out, because we did it with no budget and didn't contact any of the areas that we wanted to go shoot beforehand. Right. So we didn't have a permit.
Right.
And because like we had a whole part in there where we were going to go to this Chinese restaurant and have him be just kind of static in the center of the room. And we're going to do a big push or a big like zoom out. And we got to the restaurant. We didn't look it up or anything. And like they closed for COVID restrictions. So they were only open in like this one window. So we were like, okay, that was like our last location of the day. So we just kind of had to like figure out something else. So we had to go to, it's actually a venue down in Lexington. It's called the Burl. And that's where the shot where he's got like the stained glass behind his head.
Yeah.
That's where that is. And the scene where he's on like the bench with like that colorful wall behind him. Mm-hmm. So we actually got 2 locations shot in that one spot just on a whim. They were setting up for a show. We were like, hey, can we film in here real quick? They're like, it's not political, is it? And they were like, no. So they just let it go ahead and do it real quick. And but like the blue background, that's actually a bank. Mm-hmm. And I had an idea. I wanted to go back and forth between like warm and cool colors. And that was like the perfect spot to really do that, because the sun was reflecting off of that, so it was bouncing back into his face. And yeah, it just looked really cool.
Man, listen, man, like just from the way that it starts, man, it's like when the video first started, man, I was like, I don't think we're gonna see his face, because you started it off like his head is down, you know what I mean, it's dark, but you can see like the blue in the background. And I was like, and then you start seeing him. I'm like, oh, yo, man. Yo, you did an amazing job on this joint, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, yo. So listen, internets, man, y'all got to tap into this joint, man. The brand new single that just came out, I want to say, what was that, April 7th? So today.
Yeah, April 7th. Yep.
Yeah, today. So it came out April 7th. Chill Cousins and J Ideas, called No Limits, man. Go check it out. Support that on Bandcamp. Is it on streaming?
Yeah. Yep. Streaming everywhere.
And check it out on Bandcamp first. Buy the single so they can make more videos and songs. All right, yo, because you know what I mean. A lot of people ain't eating off this streaming platform joint, yo. So you know what I mean. support on Bandcamp, yo, so they can make more dope joints, yo. And if you said you got more joints, y'all gonna need some pennies. So let's get it, yo. Let's get
Studio
it.
time's expensive.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
all got electric bills.
Yeah, we do, man. So, yo, we definitely gotta talk about this joint, man. I can't tell you what time it is, but I can tell you what time it is, man. Let's talk about the title first.
Yeah.
What's the title mean, yo?
It actually has to do with like particle physics, and I don't know if you want to get into that.
Let's get it.
Like, okay,
let's get it.
I watch a ton of YouTube, and one of my favorite channels is called Be Smart. It's a PBS YouTube channel, actually. And this episode, they were talking about time, and they were at there's really no like official measurement for time. It's not like we made it up, like it exists, but there's no start or end point in history that we know about it. And at the like atomic clock center in like DC, this like particle physicist was talking about time, and he said that quote, and I was like, oh, I gotta use that. So,
Yo.
yeah, I'll send you the link if you want to put it in show notes or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's really interesting if you like that type of stuff. But I mean, it just kind of tripped me out, and I was like, well, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they say time is just a human construct, so we can like grasp the concept of time and stuff like that. So yeah.
Well, I mean, it's also like it's a measure of space too, like physical space. The video I put out for the track Angels, the whole video is like basically just stock footage, and I pieced it together with quotes from Carl Sagan.
Yeah.
About that.
I was gonna ask you about
like,
that too. Yeah, that thing is that joint's dope too.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like it was like time travel is technically possible, but you can only go forwards in time, but you can't go backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like if you went into hyperspace, like in Star Wars, to one space point in time, you're traveling at like the speed of light. And if you come back, everybody here on Earth is going to be a whole lot older, and you're going to be basically the same age. I mean, I'm not explaining it well because I'm not a physicist or anything, and I don't know big words.
Listen, I get it though. I get it. Yo, that's the great thing about what this show represents, man. Like every single one of my guests, including me and including our listeners, man, we all just, you know what I mean, we nerds, you know, and we love, you know what I mean, learning about different things and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean, we nerds, yo. I claim that happily, yo. My kids
I'm
call
proud
me,
of it, man.
You know my kids call me a geek. I'm like, yo, thank you. Yo, they call me strange. Hey, thank you. I am strange. I don't want to be like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff to learn about and dive into out there, man. I mean, it's only here for a certain amount of time, and you just gotta. I personally, I mean, I enjoy learning things. So I mean, it's just, and it influences my music. So
right, exactly, man. So it can only help. Everybody, listen. Go ahead. Watch the Discovery Channel, watch the discographies. I mean, watch the videos and the educational videos and all that type of stuff. You go get some crazy ideas, and if you smoking, you definitely go get some.
It's only gonna be amplified.
You know what I'm saying? You definitely go get some ideas, man. So, yo, man, I can't tell you what time it is, but I can tell you what time it is, man. Is 10 tracks, man. And you take us through a journey, man. You take us on a journey from like, hip hop, boom bap. You take us on like an R&B type of vibe too, and then you take us like I think as one of the tracks you take us on like a little bit of house. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that might be a different album,
Yeah, that's a different one than that one.
But so what was the concept behind this album, Neil?
I don't really start out my beat tapes, especially with concepts. I try to match things sonically and then kind of come up with like titles and covers based off what it sounds like it contextually. So, I mean, all those beats on there, I don't think there's an actual like sample on that album. That's all like I took loop stems and put a bunch of them together and chop those up. So I guess time and loops, I mean, it all wraps together. I mean, you know what I mean? So.
Exactly. Yeah. That's dope though, man. So listen, everybody, I need y'all to go check out, man. I can't tell you what time it is, but I can tell you what time it is. The No Limits joint, like his whole discography. All right, check out his discography. Check out his YouTube. Check out his Twitch, man, where you teach. And I just wanted to ask a question about that as well, man. Like you're teaching, and I don't know if this was intentional for you, but when you're teaching like how to sample, like how to chop samples, you know, drums, like all that type of stuff. Like, is that something that you wish you had when you were first starting out, and that's why you're doing it, or are you just doing it just because, you know, that's what you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I don't really consider myself a teacher by any means. I mean, the majority of my YouTube videos are me just making beats. Like, there's really no like intention behind it or anything, but I tried a couple tutorials, and honestly, like I really don't think they're for me, because like going back to previous conversations that we've had, I mean, I think there's only so much you can learn from somebody. So, and I really don't like to be super repetitive in the stuff I make. So I made a couple tutorials, and I just got thinking about it. I was like, man, I'm really saying the same thing over and over again. So I mean, do I really want to do this way? So I mean, I don't know what the future holds for like my tutorial stuff, if I'm even going to do it that way. But yeah, I think there's a lot of things you can learn just by observing people. I mean, that's the way that I learned, and I think there's a lot of value in that too, because I mean, you see their style and you can see, oh, I would do this thing differently than what they did. And yeah, I think there's more value in that personally than me trying to tell somebody how to do something my way, because my way, like I said, is like mess around until something sounds good. So
right. Yeah, they say you know, I think one of the good things about YouTube, man, is we kind of all became visual audio learners. But then the good thing about that is, especially like for us as, you know, beat makers, is we can go back and be tactile learners, right? So we tapping on pads, you know, chopping things up and stuff like that, twisting knobs, you know, actually doing it. And that's the best type of way to learn, man, because if somebody, like, you have some people that have, what do they call that? When they can just memorize something like that.
like eidetic memories.
Yeah. Like they have that memory, they can just know, boom, and they got it. Well, I ain't like that. I don't know if you were like that.
No.
I have to actually do something and then make the mistakes, learn from it. Okay, I come back and re-attack again, you know? So yeah, man, that's another jewel that you just dropped too. And our community, the beat community, is doing nothing but growing as our, you know, the tools get bigger and better, and, you know, all that type of stuff. Now, I ain't gonna say everybody's gonna last as a beat maker, music producer, because, you know, not a lot of people have patience in order to learn the craft practice the craft on a daily basis, be willing to fail, be willing to like not have people buy the music or support the music, but you keep pushing forward anyway. You know, so
And yeah, I mean, you have to love it. You have to love the work is the reward. So I mean, you have to love what you're doing. I mean, if you're not having fun making stuff, if you're only doing it because like I want to be a cool guy, I want to make beats, I want to make a bunch of money. I mean, that's how I started out. I mean, like, but eventually, like my mindset changed. It's like, okay, why am I doing this? I mean, I haven't really made any money off of this whole 10 years. I mean, I make music because I love making music. I mean, that's the most valuable thing I think I could say to somebody is just no matter what it is that you're doing creatively. I mean, if you don't love it, don't do it. So, I mean, there's different avenues. Like if you love listening to music and like curating music for other people, I mean, you don't necessarily have to be in the nuts and bolts of the process. I mean, curation is a whole other skill and talent in itself. So
that's dope, man. The work is the reward, yo. That's another jewel, man. Yo, I got like 5, 6, 7 jewels already, man. Yo, so I gotta ask this question as well, man. You know, like we have, I want to say 4, but now they moved it to 5 pillars of hip hop, right? So, you know, you got DJing, MCing, breaking, graphing, beatboxing, right? What did you begin your journey doing? Which one of those did you start your journey with?
I mean, I guess like I wanted to MC. Wasn't very good at it. I didn't really. The biggest thing for me, because like nowadays, especially, I mean, you can not be good at it and be successful at it, but,
which is sad, but okay.
Yeah. But my thing is like I didn't have anything to say. You know what I mean? That was valuable to the world. Like I always want to bring value in some way, somehow, in like my whatever I put out there. I mean, because that's energy that you put out into the world. So yeah, and I mean I DJ'd for a while, not anything super serious. Like I definitely can't scratch or anything like that. I'm definitely not a turntablist, but yeah, I mean it's been beats for me for forever, and I don't think that's ever going to change, honestly.
Got you. I got you. Can you give it some thought? This one might be a heavy question, you know, but give it some thought. Can you name your top 5 you know, beat makers, music producers of like all time, as a like when you were growing up, but then also now that you're an adult and your taste has, you know, evolved?
As far as like influence on me,
right? Oh, and no genres off limits either, so it don't have to be just hip hop.
Okay. Definitely Madlib, Dilla, Alchemist. I love Alchemist work.
ALC.
Ski Beats was really a big influence on me. Ninth. I mean, outside of hip hop, Stevie Wonder.
Stop right there. Yeah. Stop. Nah, keep going. Keep going.
I could go on and on. I mean, there's just a ton of people. I mean, music is awesome. I mean, it really is. I love everything about music, man. I mean, it's like there's so many influences for me.
So many influences, man. Stevie Wonder influencing everybody you just named before Stevie Wonder.
Absolutely.
So, yo, man, he's still influencing to this day. He's got like, I don't know, Stevie Wonder got like 50 albums by now. and we
they're all amazing,
Right.
too. Like there's no like, oh, okay, like he missed on this one. It's like no, even if like newer stuff. I mean, Stevie's not like up moving the charts or anything like that. But if you go listen to those albums, it's like okay, these are still incredible pieces of work.
right.
So
Yo, man, shout out to Stevie Wonder, man. Stevie Wonder, I know he be listening to stuff. If you ever get to hear the Rec Show podcast, man, yo, we appreciate you, man. Yo, for real. Okay, so, as we kind of round this out, man, I asked like challenges.
Mhm.
What do you think your biggest challenge has been as a beat maker, music producer?
Overthinking stuff. I think that's why I say just mess around so much and react to a sample, I guess, more so than try to morph it into something that you wanted to do. You know what I mean? Because like the music is already there. You don't have to overthink it that much. You just have to take the puzzle apart and put it back together again in a new way. So I think, yeah, that's been the biggest thing for me in any creative endeavor that I've ever done is like, I try to make stuff way harder and more complicated than what it is. And now I've learned to really break things down into its simplest parts and build from there. So yeah, definitely that. I got you, man. I appreciate that, man, because there's somebody out there that may be overthinking it. I know I've been guilty of that as well, just overthinking it and kind of like talking myself out of this and that and stuff like that, so and we've had to learn that process of just letting go, allowing it to speak to you, and then you move that direction, so yeah.
I
mean, even if you make a mistake, it's like it's kind of like those two guys on the bus meme where one guy's like miserable looking at the mountains or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like putting in there is like nobody cares. You know what I mean?
Right.
Realizing that like nobody cares and is kind of liberating. You know what I mean? You can do what you want, and there's really no rules. And yeah, screw up. It's fine.
That's the biggest, like, that's taking somebody's the boulder off your back, off your shoulders, man.
Yeah.
Just saying nobody cares and then just create, just let it go, man. So we got to talk about these IG, these IG posts that you post, man, with your dope beats in the background, but they also are saying some hilarious but truthful comments. Like, how did you come up with that idea to do that?
A lot of it was like I see people like do different captions and everything on their TikToks and reels and whatever on them like dancing and stuff, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that. But I just kind of took the idea, and really those captions are just like a string of consciousness, or if I come up with a joke in my head, like I'll write that down, and I was like, and use it. So I mean, it's not really anything serious. I try to like be a little funny in them, but yeah, I mean, they're pretty fun to do, and I don't do them every day. I mean, I kind of just wait until something comes to my head, and then I batch them all out. Like I just play beats and just record everything to one file, and then when something comes to me, I'll go ahead and just edit that little piece out and put it out. So yeah, just kind of on a whim type stuff.
Yo, man, those whims, man. Like I seen one of your videos. Like I was having a hard day, and I saw one of the videos, man, and it just made me crack up. But there was also some truth to it, and I was like, all right, man, everything's gonna be all right, man. you
Yeah.
know, like not taking everything so serious and stuff like that. So, man, I appreciate you putting those videos out, man. Thank
I
you.
appreciate that sentiment, man. That really means a lot to me.
Yeah, man. It's man.
That's one of like the best compliments I think you can get as somebody that just makes stuff. I mean, because there's been so much, because I've gone through days like that. I mean, and you see somebody put something out into the world and it makes you feel a little bit better about whatever your situation is that you're going through that minute at a time. I mean, it just, yeah, man, art is awesome. Music's awesome. Put stuff out.
Put it out there, man. Put it out there for, you never know who you could be helping, man. You never know, man. You never know whose day you could brighten. You know what I mean? Especially like if you're putting out positive messages, like if you're putting out like hateful messages and stuff like that, then you already know.
Yeah, don't put that out. Keep that for yourself.
There's enough of that on the news. There's enough of that, and I don't know if people still get newspapers or not, but there's enough on social media. How about that? So
Yeah,
we don't need that. Yeah. Yo, man. So I gotta ask you two final questions, man. What's the one thing you wish you knew before you started on this music journey creation?
Not really sure, to be honest. I'm not sure if there's really anything that I would want to know. I mean, because it's kind of learning along the way and encountering different experiences is half the fun of it, I think. So, I mean, there's good times and bad times and bad experiences that you'll go through, but I mean, you'll learn from them and you'll build off of that foundation to the next thing. I mean, I think it's all important. So, yeah, I lost my train of thought a little bit, but
Sorry.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm good with how it all transpired, honestly.
I got you. So, I mean, I think, if I'm not mistaken, man, I think you have a baby girl or baby boy.
I don't have any kids.
Am I tripping?
Yeah. I hope I don't have any kids.
Let me stop.
I just found out, but
Yo, let me stop. Yo, okay, that's somebody. That's somebody else. Yo, because I was gonna ask about that, like as far as like, family support, and how that kind of motivates you, as you're on this journey of making beats and I gotta add videographer to the list of things that you do as well, man. So, what's that like as far as either family support or support from outside? Like, what is that like?
I mean, I definitely get a lot of support from my family. I mean, both of my parents were artists, so I mean, they got where I was coming from, and a lot of, if you're not an artist, then you don't really get the mindset, I guess. I mean, I don't get mindset of people who are non-artists, so I mean, it's like just different perspectives. So I mean, I have a pretty good support group, but I'm kind of really internally driven, I think, more so than anything. So I mean, everybody needs support, obviously, but yeah, I mean, if people give me their kudos, thanks. If they don't, then that's not a problem. So I mean, it's like putting out stuff that I like and I'm enjoying what I'm doing. So, and that's like the support that I need personally, is like I need it from myself. I mean, if I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, then I need to recognize that and be cognizant of it and move on to the next thing. So,
got you. Intrinsically driven, right? You get your rewards internally instead of looking for outside kudos, pats on the back, all that type of stuff. Man. Yeah,
They are nice though. I mean,
they are nice. You know, but-
anybody wants to give me some kudos, I'll take them. Kudos or cash. I accept both.
cash, then kudos. Yo, yeah. I got you, yo. Y'all heard it, man. Yo, J Ideas, man. Last question, man.
Yeah.
What should the internets look out for from you in 2023? I mean, you right now, I mean, you kicking it off with Chill, man. So what do we have to look forward to from you?
Got some more music dropping with Chill here pretty soon. I gotta mix it. He sent me the files a couple weeks ago. I just haven't done anything with them. That's my bad. Got some work coming with Indigo Bones. I'd like to kind of revamp my YouTube channel a little bit. You touched on the videography a little bit, but I'd like to do a little bit more short films, some simpler projects, and then expand into some bigger ideas, because I've got a lot of ideas written down that I want to get to, and really don't see a better time than now to really dig into them and get started, at least. I mean, at least get the groundwork laid on them. So yeah, some short films, hopefully some bigger stuff from there. I mean, you just kind of never know. So, and obviously like Instagram beats, I mean, those are always going to come out. So yeah.
Got you. And just for anybody, man, that's listening, man, my guy's got his own website, man, jideas.beats.one. All right. So you can buy beats, beat tapes. He's got information on shows. You can check out his bio as well. Production music, contact him. But then also he's got merch, which I'm about to tap in with you about. There's a t-shirt, man. I saw a t-shirt. I was like, yo, I got to get this joint, man. Support your local Beatmaker shirt. Yeah, I'm about to get that, yo. So, yeah, I'm about to give you some kudos real quick. You know?
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, man. So I like the ideas of the shirts, man. So I'm gonna tap in. Y'all need to tap in internets with J Ideas as well, man. J Idea, beatmaker, videographer. You know what I mean? He's doing it all, man. So what should how can the internets tap into you and what you're doing? What are like your social medias and stuff like that?
J Ideas Productions on YouTube, for sure. J_ideas is my Instagram. Twitter, I can't remember what that is, but I mean, that's not gonna be here for very long anyway. So you can tap into that if you want to.
The way it's going. You know?
Yeah. I don't know how much longer I'll be on there, just because I don't know. That's a whole different thing. But yeah, my website will probably be the best way that you can find me. You can find me anywhere that is linked on that. So yeah, you'll find me. J Ideas is on the internet. So I mean, you'll find it. Got you.
Yeah, man. So any final thoughts for the internets, man? Anything any message you wanna lead the aspiring mutants of this multiverse of creativity?
Have fun. It's not that serious, and nobody cares.
Boom. There it is, man.
There we go.
There it is, yo. Fresh. What's the thing you say on your YouTube, man? It say fresh.
J Ideas Fresh Produce.
Yeah. There it is. Say that again.
J Ideas Fresh Produce. It's beets, not vegetables.
It's beets, not vegetables, man. Yeah. That was dope. I had me cracking up, man. But it's true though. Yo, man. J Ideas, man. I appreciate the time, man. Thank you.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me on. It was an honor.
It's my honor, man. It was a great conversation. So many jewels that I'm gonna put into the description of the show as well. And then that's how we're gonna do internets, man. Tap into J Ideas ASAP, man. Stop playing, yo, because he got the beats. MCs, I'm only talking to the MCs right now. MCs, tap in with J Ideas, man. He got the beats, man. All right, tap in with him. especially if you try to get, you know what I mean, just tap in with them, yo, and y'all go to work. I'm excited for what you and Chill Cousin got coming out, man. Y'all come out with a whole album. I hope y'all put it on like cassettes or vinyl, or because I just like his flow, man. His flow is crazy, yo.
Yeah, it is crazy. I got a cassette project to show you off once we're done here.
Okay.
Since you said that.
I can't even pronounce it. The Cuervo and the coffee, cause why not? Hey, J Ideas, what's good, homie? Hey, I got a vision. They never seen it, but it's the meanest. I got a apprentice. Okay. I gotta reach them so I can teach them. I got no limits. Okay. I'm Master P when I go exceed them. I'm on a mission, yeah. Hey. I wanna see the things that I'm reaping come to fruition, yeah. It done with a quickness, yeah. I muddied the kitchen, yeah. I bloodied the trenches, yeah. See, now that you mention, yeah, I don't think I seen them ever snap. So I couldn't really help but laugh when they tell me that they can help me rap. Hey, I ain't felt for that since Eminem was still independent. Chill. Since that second hand took a second lap, boy, it's been a minute. Innocent, little N-word in the inner city. Innovate my enemy shit in me. Defend my memory with spilling Henny. Remember me when I was giving pennies. Remember you when you was getting pennies and you didn't give me, and I didn't envy, cause it isn't stingy trying to get the vengeance, but you know that when we hit the jackpot, you'll never get any, and you never see me kinda like a Sasquatch or a deadbeat dad dog. Had to back off, now I'm back at it like a spinal. Ambition get to itching, so I scratch at it like a vinyl. They attempting to mimic him, and I laugh at it like a Seinfeld. This different, my pen is like track practice on a minefield. Crack addict with a sinus pill. They try and feel something desperately. Shout out to Fred C. Can't get blessed, just catch disease. Woke up by the dead sleep on Elm Street where they selling dreams. Heart still so separately. Hit a cartwheel on my legacy. That's more space than the SUV with a hard drive. It's a hard drive when the concrete and the pedal meet. Now let me see. Oh, that's right. I got a vision. They never seen it, but it's the meanest. I got a apprentice. I gotta reach them so I can teach them. I got no limits. I'm Master P when I go exceed them. I'm on a mission, I wanna see the things that I'm reaping come to fruition, I wanna see the things that I'm reaping come to fruition, Hey.
These lights represent every living person on the planet. The white lights are humans. And these are the mutants.
They tell like younger kids or other producers like that's cheating, you can't really accept it, but bro, like when it comes to this producing shit, you can do whatever you want.
You've been listening to the Rec Show podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Remember 3 things. Believe in your music. Take care of your mentals. Become the best version of yourself. Until the next one, Gldnmnd signing off. Peace and love, yo.
To be the best, you got to work overtime. To be the best, you got to work overtime.
These young boys getting better. This is not like the NBA when you can retire. Like this is, you have to keep going.